I'm taking the most crucial part, so should I fail, I fail my group.
She said she would do it and she would internalize it.
Barbara, you just played yourself.
You did Minnie Mouse, now you're doing Masai's, but it is the same thing.
We are good with what we know. What we don't know scares us.
You don't just wake up and you take risks. You don't just wake up and jump off the roof just because there's a pool down there.
With risk, you're unsure of what the results may be.
With every invention that came to life in the world, it was out of a risk. I mean, this show is all about grit. And not grit in the specific field that you came in, but grit also in fields that you're not comfortable with.
Getting out of my comfort zone is something good for me, and that's the whole point of being a BYOB. It's important to prove that you can take risk because that is going to be the deciding factor.
I really don't know what playing safe really means in this competition because they want to see, they want to know, am I worth this 5 million shit?
One slight mistake might get you out of the show. That's how risky it is. Show that we made the right decision by choosing you guys.
Welcome to Blaze Be Your Own Boss, the Grit Edition. This is the show that brings together 12 of Kenya's brightest young entrepreneurs. Each week, we will test them and we will watch as they develop their own business working together with some of Kenya's biggest brands. They will hope to win a package of 5 million Kenya shillings for their businesses and ultimately become the last boss standing. Assessing their progress will be our 3 judges: music mogul King Kaka, media queen Caroline Mutoko, and retail and advertising star Trusha Ketia. For this week's challenge, we welcome our brand partner, online retailer Masoko. Here is Sylvia Malaki.
Good morning, my name is Sylvia. I work at Masoko. Masoko is an online platform that connects businesses to customers and customers to businesses. Online presence is crucial because it's cheaper and more affordable. Team leaders step forward. Your task is to identify suitable vendors, promote and sell products on Masoko, as well as plan for deliveries.
I feel just a little bit out of my depth in this challenge because it's a digital platform. But at the end of the day, once you get into the zone as a marketer, you have to absorb and actually live for it.
We have to think like geeks. We also have to think like salespeople.
You'll be required to choose from 3 locally made products, 1 expensive, 1 mid-price, and 1 valued price. Each team will be given 30,000 shillings to execute your tasks. The team that makes most profits win the challenge. Good luck.
Being a leader, I feel like it's something that I was really anticipating for. And also, these other guys that I'm working with, I've worked with them before. We can beat these guys.
My teammates are Monica and JF Kennedy. The best thing about this particular team, we are task specific. So at the end of the day, it's more about what are you going to do to enable these sales come through and what can we do to make this work for us as a team and also to deliver to the clients.
This week's challenge is all about making profit through selling made in Kenya products. Their choices will involve balancing the potential profit margin on each item, the potential demand for each product, and their opinion of what will sell quickly. Masoko is a unique platform for Kenya. Its purpose is to go beyond the simple e-commerce business of buying and selling of goods online. Instead, Masoko seeks to bring Kenya to the world. So, for example, giving small businesses which sell kiondos or cocoa butter or even Masai shoes the chance to sell to customers across the world. First up, it's over to Daisy. who's dishing out roles.
In line with that, the task brief, we have roles, designated roles that each and every one of us should work along. Monica, this time around, I think I want to give you PR and communications. But we're getting back to that. I'm going to just give you a few highlights on how to handle PR. So basically in PR, you need to communicate. You are the channel between the vendor and the buyer.
I appreciate the challenge that Daisy gave me, PR and logistics. I also know that she's trying to move away from the role, so I'm happy to be learning from her. She's really good at it.
For Monica, going through all the other previous challenges, I haven't seen her handle communications and PR per se. So it's about time for her to have a feel of what PR and marketing is, because she'll need it in her farm. JF, I want to take anything online, on online promotions and activations, try and ensure we're actually dominating the online space.
Okay, considering she gave me a task I've done before, I really don't know whether she's throwing me under the bus or she really wants to see whether I can deliver, or both. But I feel since she already participated in budgeting, she should have actually handled the online promotions and let I handle the budgeting, because I've not done it in a challenge as a specific task.
The pressure in terms of me being a fashion guy, eco, and it's open, inafiliwa, it's there, it's evident. At one point, I even felt like this challenge was directly meant for Kevin Karanja.
Now Kevin is leading the Fabricants. He is a fashion guy, so...
And if you look at the things we've been given, I've noticed that most of them fall under category fashion, all except for what? As a matter of fact, everything falls under category fashion. Do you notice that?
Yes.
I mean, like the Kitoni tote, which goes for 18,000, is a bag. The Inga folio is a bag. So we need to look at our people. Who are we targeting now? We need to look for fashion fits.
I feel if he's targeting the fashion industry, he's limiting us to a certain market. And right now we need as most profit, as many marketing avenues as possible. I've gotten a scuba coat.
Scuba
This
coat.
is a scuba coat.
For how much?
2,500.
Let's just pick it, and then we deal with that. Just
Let's
find
go.
out Max's
Let's go
specs.
slow, let's go slow.
Yeah.
Now we take it slow. We have accessories and clothing. If you look at these guys from Wazawazi, these are accessory makers.
Okay.
And if you go to Ecogene, these are cloth makers. Okay? Because I believe I'm not wrong if I know my fashion is what we're dealing with.
That's why I said we can diversify. I think the group leader is anxious. I had told him earlier, immediately after the briefing, that this thing I should actually learn from you, because you see it's fashion. And he said it's fashion, it's me, I'm going to take charge of this. So I think that's what is giving him anxiety, but I'm hoping that he gets over it, because we need a win.
The pressure is there, and one of my strengths is when I'm under pressure, my brain pops open and I begin to work. So yes.
Every week, our teams are supported by an experienced mentor. This week, we asked the head of commercial at Masoko, Francisco Cockpain, to guide our teams.
The mentor stated a few things. One of them is the strategies that we're using. Alituambia tusijifungi akili. We think like ordinary Kenyans, but at the same time think like clients.
Don't close your mind about like the things that you can focus on. Don't assume certain things about like this is going to sell. Don't do that. Just open as much as you can. Why? Because this market is pretty open. So what does it mean is we're connecting new vendors, micro-merchant vendors, to new customers across Kenya.
There are things I didn't understand about this online shopping. I thought these people hold the item and then they sell. They do a resale. They buy, then they do a resale. But I've been made to understand that they only act as a link between the buyer and the producer.
There is an old e-commerce and a new e-commerce, yeah? So the new e-commerce is a marketplace. In a marketplace, you don't own products and then you don't resell them, yeah?
Okay.
So that is, what we do is to connect. Is to connect vendors and customers.
From what the mentor say, we should not assume what we know. This is a new platform. If you work with that outlook, then we are more likely to get better prices, and also our negotiating skills will be put to test.
Time to brief mentor on Shupavu choices.
The products we're going with, for the expensive category, we're going with the Kitoni tots. It's going for 18,000 Kenya shillings. For the medium sale, we haven't decided. We are still on the peplum or the Inga folio.
You don't just need to think about like what is the correct price. Price is only one of the things. The other one is assortment, and the other one is convenience. Convenience about like how fast are you going to deliver, what kind of packaging are you going to pick, what kind of added value are you going to add while delivering. Every single detail count, and it's not just about price.
When the mentor came through, that was of a great deal to us because we even got to learn more about who Masoko is as an online platform. And we understood the objective part of this particular task. It's not only about profits, create value addition to the branding partner, that is Masoko. How are you going to transform lives? Those are kind of the questions we now got on board to ask ourselves. And with that, that's whereby we got the African slogan or the African theme towards our product.
Of course, they have to do a bit more research, but the most important thing is there. I think in the startup environment, it's very important that you show enthusiasm, that willing to learn, willing to do things. It's extremely important in startup. Startup run in a complete different speed than any another industry in the world.
I watch football every weekend. Being a female football fan of a male-dominated sport is mostly just exciting. Football is so important to me because it's that relaxing thing for me. It's my weekend thing that I just take my mind off the rest of the world. It's also really fun to try and predict who will score, who will keep a clean sheet. I became a Chelsea supporter in 2005. Going back, I don't remember why I chose Chelsea. Probably it's even the blue. So I watch football, I play FIFA, I play fantasy football in my free time. When they find out I know that much or I love football that much, it's like, I know. Or I play fantasy football with them and beat them, or FIFA and they're like, oh, okay, sawa basi.
You need to know to successfully sell online. Number 1, work works. The more time you put in, the more sales you will get. 2, knowing who you want to sell to is critical. 3, keep the buying process as simple as possible. 4, customer service is king. 5, think about what may appeal to your customer and promote that. You must stand out from the crowd. So what have our teams chosen? Well, Fabricants have gone with the Kitoni Tote Bag, the mid-priced Peplum Top, and the Scuba Coat. Shupavu have also gone for the Kitoni Tote Bag and the Scuba Coat. Don't forget, this is a limited edition offer, which means you cannot normally buy these items.
The leader here delegated roles. And then when the challenge started, circumstances forced him to redelegate the roles.
Nilikuwa nimempea role ya packaging. There's research yenye alinipatia haikuwa detailed according to what I wanted, haikuni satisfy. Malkia had given you a role, decide on the packaging solution, but I feel you should go into sales. I'll take over the packaging solution. I'll take over that. Many e-commerce platforms, the mode of delivery is normally very mechanical. I think when you najua Safaricom, they want to impact people's lives. And you cannot be mechanical when impacting people's lives. You need to have an emotional aspect towards it.
With tasks like this, you need to be very strategic. You need to look at the briefing. What does it require you to do? You might end up doing unnecessary tasks that don't add value to what the brand partner wants you to deliver.
This one I can reuse it, I can use to carry something else. But when I carry this one, I'll only know it's Masoko. I don't know anything to do with Wazawazi. It's not telling me what Wazawazi is, it's not telling me what Wazawazi does or Icon does.
If somebody knows this is from Masoko, they'll want to go back to Masoko, understand what Masoko does. And that's where they'll find all these other items that Masoko is selling.
I feel like he should have focused on the sales, but for him, he gave himself a role to do packaging, so he couldn't just let it go. He had to do it.
My delivery was a success. I feel like I've done something really positive right now. Although there are some changes I wish ningeza kubadilisha sahi, but due to time factors, itabidi tumezi put on hold.
Actually, it's a nice touch.
I mean, it's a brilliant idea, and it feels that it will serve its purpose. And the branding on the bag, and the box, and the seal, and of course, the complimentary thank you note that is handwritten specifically for this client is a brilliant idea.
Meanwhile, JFK is rounding up customers in their network.
One of the avenues we've used is our personal contacts, which include phone calls, WhatsApp, and Facebook. Personally, I've managed to have 2 scuba codes booked and ready to be processed for payment.
We're working with Masoko this particular week, and we have products on Masoko that we want to push. The first product is a Kitoni tote bag.
One thing I've realized with sales, your network is your net worth. So we started off with Daisy. She went on and really promoted these 3 Kitoni tote bags, which are costing 18,000. So the clientele that she's approaching, considering she's a PR consultant, are high-end customers who can actually pay for it.
I want to have 3.
3 pink ones, yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
For my friends, yeah.
You buy for your friends. That's lovely. Thank you very much. I'll call you in a couple of hours to let you know how you're gonna, the entire process of paying on Masoko, of which you have to register and follow the link, and then there'll be guidelines on purchase.
Okay, if you SMS me, I'll be appreciated.
Yeah, sure. I'll SMS your needs. So far, we have bookings of 3 Kitoni bags and 8 scuba jackets and 1 Ingofolia. This comes to about 19,000 Kenya shillings. And for us to reach 50,000 Kenya shillings, we're going to maximize on the scuba jackets. However, we're not going to put a blind eye to the Kitoni totes and the Inglofolia. They're a bit way expensive. We will try and get more clientele to these particular products.
Brian is now coordinating a video shoot for their choices.
So I've been assigned to deal with online advertising, and I feel like I need time to do it because I'm considering doing content, 30 to 45 seconds content that's going to go on YouTube, Facebook, and IG. The images just come in and then can slow, like faster, and then disappears, and then brings now the what? The logo. The ad that I'm working on, I'm hoping hopefully by 7 p.m. it will be running, and I'm going to post it on all the social media platforms and promote it so that it reaches so much people and generate traffic. So I'll do it overnight, of course.
He put the videos out on all social media, but personally, I put on my social media platforms. I haven't promoted any, but I got a customer from just my WhatsApp status.
I believe the video is communicated because there are people who are online, and I found that 1 hour after posting, it had 24 views. So it was about the reach, because in the task it was to create traffic, and I was actually assigned to do that. So I wouldn't let anyone down. I wouldn't let it come back to me.
At Shupavu, Monica is heading to Masoko to confirm the ad.
So at about 10:30, I went to Masoko. So I met the graphic designer. So with the graphic designer, what he showed me was just what was going to be rolled out as the posters. So what is the possibility of including a small, I think made in Kenya, to just let the consumer know that this is actually locally made. Also, we wanted to make some suggestions to the designer, especially the Kitoni tote bag, that it's made of 100% genuine leather, just to communicate upfront to the consumer why this bag is this expensive. After that, I went to the content creator.
So you configure according to the color. So on the front end, the customer will be able to select which color he wants. If it's yellow, click on yellow, you'll be able to see yellow. So if you buy that specific yellow, the yellow product will be delivered to you.
After that, I met the customer experience lady. For her, she was explaining to me in what instances is money refundable to somebody who has bought a product, and what are the kind of customer service that they offer.
So when they give her back the stock credit, what happens is she'll go back, purchase the size that she wanted, use the stock credit, then top up.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Sawa. Thank you so much, Doreen. I appreciate it. I've learned a lot about customer service. Asante sana.
Now it's Fabricant's turn.
We're going to see Joy Kendi and Patricia Kihoro. So we were supposed to meet Patricia at 1, and then Anita Nderu at 2, and then Joy Kendi at 3, but then Patricia called to say, she's going to be late. So 3 will do best for her. So I figured, why not combine the 2 of them, kill 2 birds with the same stone.
So this is the bag I would really like if you would help me promote.
What's the name of this bag?
Kitoni tote.
Okay.
We want it to reach a bigger audience, and then through Masoko. We need to sell our product so well that somebody will actually buy it at that given price.
Guys, You're going to watch this. I'm pretty sure you're going to say this. Kevin has said this. If you have competition, keep them out of your line. Don't let them near your grounds. These people are going to ruin your strategy like nobody's business. You have to be as flexible as possible. Be butter. This is bread. Melt into it. Become a sandwich, my friend. You have to make a hard decision, however painful or however degrading, just to keep the wheels moving. Hata kama ita glitch tu kiasi, the wheel is still moving. This is business. Business and feelings aside. Kuna alphabets 26, A to Z. When flat A fails, B fails, C fails, Z iko. Tafuta plan manzejo, usilalia masikio. Sun Tzu kwa Art of War anasemanga, bow down when you know you're defeated. Even if you're winning, do not relent. Keep pushing.
Back to the challenge, and Shupavu are having packaging issues.
When it came to the packaging, we all had different ideas. What I understood personally was that we needed to create a packaging solution that will meet the consumer need, or that would fit the consumer. How about this fabric that remains as waste? On the part of the producer, it can be an easier access to discard it if they don't use it. Let's say 1 meter by 2 inches or half a meter by 2 inches of a strip of that material can be put not as a ribbon but inside the packaging for Masoko, so that when they receive it, there's like a small instruction saying powered by Shupavu, you can use this for your own creativity to come along with this product.
First of all, let's look at what does Wazawazi want at the end of the day. They want a profit. So if you come and ask me for a strip of leather for each and every purchase that you make, it's not sustainable. I felt it's a complementary. It shouldn't take you that much effort, time or money, because it's just something small. It's an addition.
You know, I was also for that opinion of a ribbon, fur, and leather. But I can go now with what Monica is saying, if it's a gift card or a storyline, something that tells the story of the brand, and also Shupavu in it, like powered by Shupavu, attached with Shupavu in the package.
So we settled on having a gift card. On the gift card, we would thank you for purchasing from whatever vendor it is that you are purchasing from. Then we would let you know the background story of the vendor, and also just give you a feel of what the product is about.
Meanwhile, fabricants are on for social media-driven sales.
Strategy yetu ilikuwa we start from the bottom going to the top. Personally, nimeuza the middle, zile za katikati, the peplum. So far so good. Malkia, how many guys have you brought in successfully?
7.
7 successful. Rono?
Bringing 2 not yet confirmed.
Rono alikuwa na sales zenye alikuwa nafaa kubag. Alikuwa tulete one of the best sales of the day, the 18,000 Kitoni tote bag. But the professor who was supposed to buy it, end up kuwa so busy, hadi by the time deadline ilikuwa inafika, well, hatungeweza kubag hiyo deal. So naweza sema Rono hajaleta sales, but ile department ilimpea ameperform.
All my sales have been in scuba coat. And then on the social media platform, what Joy Candy, Patricia and Valentine did was the Wazawazi Kitoni tote bag, and I haven't delivered an order from Kitoni, so all my orders were from one-on-one, like calling them.
Shupavu are also pushing for the Kitoni tote bag. But who's selling?
Yesterday, we spent most of the time researching and getting clients and also just getting bookings on board. So today it was more about let's make the purchase, the links were running. Delivery happens within 24 to 72 hours. Sawa, Salah, basi nitumie M-Pesa nifanye purchase. Send me the money. So there came a point where we knew our Kitoni tote bags were not going to go on sale. It closes down by noon.
No, I am doing it about 12 months.
At around 12. So at that point, I think my team and I panicked because you see, our profit margins also majorly relied on this particular product to go. We already have an idea of selling the 3 and making the 56,700 beforehand, before we now focus on our most value price product, which was the scuba coat. So it really placed us in a panic mode. We will see how we go about it. All right, okay, perfect. So guys, since he's saying he's going to court, you know that plan B we had? Let's pay it for him and then he reimburses as a cash. Right?
Yeah, that's way much
Let me ask, Because okay, let me just text him.
Yeah, send him a text.
Yeah. But after we spoke to the client and we came to terms and agreements, he sent us money to make the particular purchase because he was a bit held up, and that was an exciting moment for us. Yay! We solved the Kitoni tot.
Natakia Juguna hapa now. Kevin Karaja leo alikuwa anafanya kazi ya kudeliver packed lunch. Aliletea Kenothia. Kenothia ndio huyo. Kuna Gori aliacha avocado, ndio hiyo Kenothia anatafuta. Na akikumbuka vizuri Karaja, avocado alikuwa amepack. Kanchit kanrai. Lakini sasa hapa haezi elezea avocado ilienda wapi. Kule ndani watu wanangoja lunch lakini wamefungiwa gate. Hakuna avocado. Kenothia hazichukua tudem pale nyuma tulikuwa tumeokojea avocado. Angalia gate imefungwa, Kenothia na confirm no avocado. Karaja akijitetea hata sile avocado aliweka ndio hiyo. Alipatiwa kadi na Kenothia akaambiwa ukipata adabu rudi.
Hi Malkia.
Hello.
I've been waiting for this moment where me and you get to sit because there is something about you that I admire.
All right.
And that's your work ethic. You, in every challenge, have been in the front, at the back, on the side, to the left, to the right. You've been everywhere.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about how did this come about?
Okay, so I've been raised in a large family.
How large?
28 people. So how we are able to maintain our lifestyle with a single mother, everybody has to chip in.
Why do you think it's important to have strong work ethic?
I feel my hard work and 100% is going to get me through them because then I'm able to learn. I didn't know how to take a photo with a camera. Now I do. When you give your 100%, somebody's able to know your weakness and your strength and they're able to mentor you.
There has to be a balance between the working hard and the working smart bit. It's not about the number of hours that you put in. It's what you do within those hours that you have that matter. You could work hard and scrub dishes all day, but out of the whole day you've made nothing. In the first place, why should I even be scrubbing dishes? Why should I not give disposable plates? So that's the difference between working hard and working smart. And you need both of those together. I wish you all the best and I hope to see you in the finals.
Sales done. Our teams head over to the studio to meet the judges.
Good evening and welcome to Blaze Be Your Own Boss. Shall we go straight to eviction? Okay. Our mentor, actually your mentor for this week, was also our brand partner representative. His name is Francesco Javier. Now, he's not able to join us tonight. However, we did have a chance to speak to him and we've gone through his feedback extensively as judges.
I'm interested in hearing, not from the team leaders, but from the other guys. So we'll start with Fabricants. Rona, let's go.
I was assigned to deal with the online platform. Everything from Facebook, Twitter to Masoko. So first I saw the list of what products that we were supposed to choose and upload. I didn't have an idea what they were. They were Greek to me, but I took time. I listened to myself and I in fact asked Malkia, what is a peplum coat? And then I decided to go online. She told me what it was. I went online, I searched and I found, oh, so this is the peplum coat. I also did content and it really attracted the traffic. So I was trying to generate traffic to that so that people can go and see what we're actually selling.
Perfect.
Yes, okay.
Let me allow, it's a team thing, right?
All right, okay.
So let me allow Malkia to share with us your role. What did you do? Why did you do it? Yeah.
Okay, during the deliberations, I was assigned the role to deal with packaging because the task required us to actually liaise with the transport team, the logistics team, and how to package. But then during the process, the group leader then reassigned me to deal with sales and marketing. Personally, I convinced two people who, one, they did not know what a scuba coat is. Convincing somebody to buy something they don't know how it looks, what it is, and they actually sending you money within a period of 36 hours and actually buying and giving them your word that you will make sure it is delivered to them. That really taught us something valuable.
Team Shupavu, let's start with you, Monica.
I was in charge of PR and communication this week. Then
not Daisy.
Yeah, not Daisy.
Hi, Daisy. Yeah.
So Daisy was in charge of logistics and budgeting on the first day. Then on the second day, she was in charge of sales. Then John Kennedy was in charge of social media. We first started with word of mouth to our circle, our friends, our families, our social media accounts, so that by the time the link was up, then we just had customers who wanted to purchase, but the only reason they were not purchasing was because the link was not up.
You both ended up picking the same products. For high value, you both picked Kitoni bags. Both teams picked scuba coats.
Quickness is associated with cleverness. We had to be really quick in choosing fashion and interior design, which is more likely to sell at this particular time of the year, this month. Nobody's willing to go and put in interior designs in their house and it's just the beginning of the year. That's what I thought as a designer.
I'd like to know how you ended up with the items you chose.
We picked a product that resonated with particular women's need in the society and what will serve them. Other than that, we were impressed by the fact of the material and the concept behind the production. We called Chebet from Wazawazi and asked, what was your vision in producing these particular products? And she said she wanted to use leather that is purely made in Kenya and also far. So with that incorporation, our story just blended well with the sale, and that's why we're able to make sales in these particular
People
products.
bought it.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know, because I'm looking through Javier's notes, he had asked you to be careful about packaging. Tell me about that. Karanja.
Well, personally speaking, as a leader, I have this thing about following orders to the letter and also reading and understanding a concept. And I remember on the objectives was come up with a packaging solution that will suit the consumers. Now, I figured e-commerce, and based on the research that I did, e-commerce, there's one thing, it's the growing trend. The brick and mortar kind of sales, they do really nice packaging, and you want to go back to that particular shop. That is, if Wazawazi package for you the bag, you will want to use the packaging bag more often. Now, how about the e-commerce, the delivery system? It's dry, it's not suitable, it's not something I would appreciate. And as a designer, as a bag designer, as a fashion designer, I would love, if I'm doing an e-commerce platform to sell to my clients, I want them to have a feel of me as a Sanke of the label, to feel that I am appreciated as a client. You've done your research.
Allow me just to interrupt. Is it just me who couldn't care less for packaging?
It comes in a box, right?
I mean, I've seen the Amazon box. Yeah. I'm like,
it's just
knife.
a box.
No, well, but there's another concept. People compliment more on the packaging because it has a personal feel. Okay. The experience of ordering it via e-commerce to you as a person, to you as the client, the experience is very important.
Monica, you are handling PR, so how do you explain to someone who probably has never heard of either the coat, the top, or the bag, why it was what they needed?
We called the vendors. We wanted to know if it's Njoki. We wanted to know, how did Njoki start Icon? Why did Njoki start Icon? Why is Njoki making scuba coats? So for us, it was about selling the value and the story to the client. So that's what we based all of our arguments around, and that's why we preferred not to use...
you let the product sell itself,
yes,
rather than go for an influencer. Okay.
And I think, look guys, that's brilliant, because we always said from EP1, the heroes and the celebrities are always going to be the consumer. And when I said in the first one, it's the conductors and the passengers. Here, you told that story of that vendor, that person who had a vision of using Kenyan leather. Now you're selling an emotion. And I think I have to say well done for that.
Karanja, experience yako kama leader this week ilikuwaje?
Leadership ni tamu, but you have challenges mingi sana because you have to make so many drastic decisions. Zingine you just have to come up with them with a snap. Hapo tu. Useme walai, I have to take role. I have to oversee everything in our workout properly. So experience yangu kama leader ilikuwa something new that na value sahi, you know. Ni growth mpya, ni kitu imenijenga.
Was it hard or easy?
It was average because I had a very cooperative team. They helped me and they were the strong pillars of my team.
Guys, before we get to results, I want you to understand what the priorities were. One, you needed to know your customer, who they are and how much they would pay for it. Two, was now your product mix, which is choosing the products that give you the best combination of turnover and profit. And lastly, was to be able to create the stories behind the products to be able to sell and connect emotionally to the brand and the product. So let's see who did this successfully.
So yes, you were required to get strong numbers on orders, And so I will give you your sales figures first. Fabricans, you managed to get a total sales of 31,000 shillings. Shupavu, you managed to get total sales of 100,800. But this challenge was not just about sales orders, it was about profit. Very important. Fabulous Africans, Fabricans, your total profit was 16,000 shillings. Team Shupavu, your total profit was 33,497. So this week's runaway winners with twice the profit are Team Shupavu. Congratulations. I mean, seriously, well done. Please, make way for us. Go and celebrate yourselves. Well done once again.
Guys, you lost this task. Why?
Priority does matter. And I lost the bigger picture ya kurecognize your part. But then again, nilikuwa naangalia everything towards the objective. And so when I was assigning roles, siku miss out anything. Nilipeana kazi moja important sana. That was the packaging solution to Malkia. But alievade sana your role.
Was that the most important?
It wasn't really the most important, but I believe nikisoma objectives zangu, I prefer going through them to the very later. Because throughout the competition, there was always a catch. You miss on one objective and you lose. I do not want to miss anything.
How comes the other team moved the expensive product, the Kitoni bag, and you guys did not move?
There are all those issues about the link, about the fact that we didn't have the images. I had to do the descriptions for them. I had to download. I had to learn. Mine was actually classwork, because the first time these guys mentioned the peplum top, I was like, okay, guys, do I really know this thing? So most part, until 3:59, I was making an order for someone. At 3:59, it was closing at 4. I was clicking the last button.
Rono, so allow me to interrupt there, because I've heard the link story, I've heard I did not know what a peplum top is. How do we end up here having sold 31,000 shillings in total sales and made only a profit of 16,000?
So when we were deliberating, the group leader had assigned roles. What I felt, he was not concentrating on the target, because when the deal is sales. When I did my packaging, he didn't feel I did the packaging to the extent he wanted. So he swapped roles I to sales, him to packaging. On the media, he wanted videos that would create traffic, that would go viral. We did not create a Facebook page, we didn't create a fan page. That is when I came up with influencers. It was the last, because I have videos, they're not going. And second of all, the videos were busy. I couldn't really...
You didn't have a say?
On the roles, he was on content, yes. But then he swapped roles again and told me, you know what, now you're going to have to direct the videos on Kitoni tote bag. And I was like, okay, so I'm in sales, but then I'm doing Rono's job. And then from Rono's job, he was plucked out of that job and told, you're going here.
Let's do this. The finger pointing can go on for a bit, and I don't want us to do that. Rono. In 30 seconds, why should you stay?
I should stay because I won't disappoint you. Come after 8 months, come to my farm. I will be a brand. I'm going to sell. The client won't be disappointed in me. You will not get to disappoint me. I've been able to separate family, business, politics. So this is me in business. And when it's business, it's business. Okay. So going to do that.
Team leader. Your first time as a team leader and we lost. But why should you stay?
I've learned a lot, but development is very important. Change is very important. I am a changed person right now. I can probably see everything on a clear image if I am asked to make decisions.
Malkia, why should you stay?
I should stay because from this challenge and the challenges we've been given, it has been able to build my emotional strength. I'm not the emotional Malkia I was in episode 1. In times of crisis, I'm able to look for alternatives that actually help solve the solution. When I'm meeting a problem, I don't go running the other way. I build a bridge or I build a ladder. Apart from that, in terms of being in my comfort zone, I have done sales and marketing, something I'm not good in, and brought in the most sales of the group. I've learned how to work as a team, something that I actually had a struggle with from the first time.
So, guys, who should go home and why? Malkia.
I feel the group leader should go home because he didn't believe in himself. And it's pretty hard for somebody to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself.
Karanja?
Who should go home?
I dare say Malkia should go home. Simply because following orders is very important. Rules are meant to be followed, and even if they're meant to be broken at one point, it's important that you actually understand and take that step and say that I could not do this because of this reason, instead of assigning a role to yourself that you've not been granted.
Rono?
Yes.
Who should go home and why?
Over the whole of this challenge, I handled somebody's emotions, and it was actually Kevin Karanja's emotions. I tried to control him. He would burst out, he would want not to do it. Like at the time when I was doing the last order, he was like, how can we? He jumped up and I told him, relax. So in most instances, when he was breaking down, I was holding it. I was trying to convince him to just...
We've heard what we need to hear. Thank you.
Yes.
Please step away.
It's time for the judge's decision. Who do you think will go home this week?
I don't know why we're here. Because you guys have so much potential and we find ourselves here. Rono, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice then you talk. We've discussed, Karanja, you have so much talent, but you focus and hard work in channeling that is a problem. You're all over the place. Malkia, consistency. I told you, yes, you're a hard worker, but are you smart when you think through things? When you're doing videos and influencers and all these things and packaging, none of those relate to the main objectives. You did not tell a story, you did not hit the sales objectives or the profit objectives. Guys, at this level, we expect for you guys to be giving your 110% week in, week out.
Rono, I need you to take a moment to restore factory settings. You've forgotten why you came. So I want you to take time. Think about your family. You're away from them for 8 weeks. My friend, get serious. Like seriously, get serious, Rono, or you're not going to be in the final 3.
Karanja, mtu yangu, when everyone is pointing fingers at you, inamaanisha kuna problem. Hii challenge ilikuwa about bags. You have unique bags that you sell. Ingekuwa very easy to integrate your clientele into this challenge. I felt like how could we push it to that level? Plus, the focus was the sales.
Yeah.
You're focusing on the packaging?
I did a personal touch. There were carrier bags.
Zile ziko kamgunji?
No, nizi zeka unapata za shopping.
So it was not unique?
You can say that.
Malkia, BYOB is not just about being your own boss, but it's also what I like to say, bite your own bullet. I need you to always remember, all of you, to ask yourselves 3 questions. Where have I come from? 2, why are you here? And finally, where do you want to go?
So, my friends, leadership is rough. It's probably the single most unattractive job in the world today. Very few people actually want that corner space. Because whether you like it or not, Rono or Malkia, the truth is, when the chips are down, when the board gathers in the boardroom, they don't fire the cashier, they fire the CEO. Karanja, this was your challenge to win. You do bags, you do special out of the ordinary bags. However, as judges, we do agree with both Malkia and Rono. Karanja, it's time for you to leave us. However, you do not leave us empty-handed. You leave us with 100,000 shillings in cash and 60,000 shillings in business support from Blaze by Safaricom. Thank you and all the best.
Guys, your performance index is being measured on the following criteria. 1 is how many times you've been on the winning side. 2, if you've been on the losing side, how you've survived. 3, the leadership aspects. Every time, have you been a winning team leader or a losing team leader? And the 4th and final one are all the testimonials from your fellow colleagues on all the shows about who has shown the most grit. So let's see. Guys, this is it. These are our performance index scores for each of you. John Kennedy, you're at 60 out of 100.
Daisy, 68.
Brian Chrono, 75.
Malkia, you are also at 75.
Monica, your personal index, 80. There's 5 of you. Final challenge, 1 team. If you have an ace up your sleeve, if you have a trick that you have not put on the table, now is the time to put it all forward. Good luck. Good night. But the fact that they realize immediately that they themselves have a network and they're going to use that to try and get sales, even better. The question is, you know, when you're in a tight spot, who do you call? You call family and friends. Those are the people you can count on completely.
Siko poa, actually. Nimetoka kwa race yenye nilikuwa nishajipea ambitions zangu. I really wanted to do this. Nikotaka kushinda. I let my team down as a team leader. I cannot put blame on anybody. Because other than being your own boss, Trisha says you have to bite your own bullet. That is necessary.
I have seen a lot of chatter about the fact that, you know, if you're a leader, you go home. Apparently, newsflash, that's how it works in the real world. When things are not working in the country, the heat goes to the president. Leadership is attractive if all you're thinking about is the perks. But leadership is tough if you're thinking about getting a job done.
Of course, now it's to put into practice all that I've learned from day one to now.
For those 5, I think as judges, we need to see a clear breakaway from tradition, a clear forerunner for the 5 million, and a game changer as well. I'm going to be looking for the sort of person who will define season 2.
Don't forget, you can join up on any of our social media channels. Shake your phone and you will see the BYOB Season 2 contestants. Click to vote for your favorite contestant and you'll receive a confirmation message.